if anyone knows Nigerian hoes, not I say hoes loosely, not like you know what I mean. Hoes where they use cut grass and stuff, yeah. And you
Fam.
know how, yeah, like
Yeah.
clubs. It's almost
They don't
like
use whole
baseball
cut
bats and
grass.
stuff. And they'll use that thing to pound your thighs, bro. So welcome to another episodes. Not episodes.
Welcome along, everyone, to the Nigerian podcast. Yo, I'm so gassed about today's episode, my guy. So, man, yo,
I'm
without
gassed, bro. Nigerian
yo,
podcast, bro.
did I say Nigerian podcast? Fudge. Bro, this was it last week. Last week, right? I
Yeah.
was caught in. So I think this was like between the devil and the deep blue sea,
As they
right?
say.
As they say. So I want. So tell me, what's your if you were to be caught between someone with bad breath,
Oof.
right,
Oof.
and someone with just bad body odor, right? So
Oh my days.
terrible. So which would you, if you were stuck in an island with
Uh-huh.
someone with bad breath, or
And
just bo, which would you pick?
so MO or BO, that's what you're saying. Mouth odor or body odor.
Yeah, yeah,
And I had to pick
and
one.
together it's just
Gone to my head.
global,
I
man.
can't, yeah, I just have to pick one.
Yeah,
Man, how close to this person? What's the proximity? What are we saying?
bro, you can smell it,
Because if you're not talking right into my face,
bro.
then yeah, I might go MO.
Because
But if you're like, I don't know, if you're here with me,
so
bro,
so let's say this is your significant other.
no, no, could never be. Could never be. No, no, I'm no shades because come on now. Nah, we'll talk about it. Or would type or depending on what it is, we might need to text about it.
Bro, no,
We might need to text about it.
before you get to that point, man, like this person is right here. So BO or MO.
Man, that is too tough. Like I might just go BO because like what are you doing to get to the point where you have like bad MO? Except it's like early maybe you had like bad onions the night before. It's early in the
Mhm.
morning, you didn't brush your teeth for some
Yeah.
weird reason before you slept. And then you have some form of MO, pardonable. But
Yeah.
BO, I don't know, I don't know, man.
So I
Hard.
I, I I I feel you on that because last week, bro, I think BO, right? It hits you where you're dazed, man. You're just dazed. Bro, I'm telling you,
Oh
man,
my
the whole
days.
time, right? I could feel myself about to pass out because I was holding my breath, right? So it was
Was
just
that like
like,
on a train, on a bus? What are we talking?
no, it was somebody I was talking to. It was just
Ooh.
right there. I couldn't get away from. Oh
Was it the two? Was
man.
it MOBO or was it just one of them? Was it just straight up BO?
So it was two different people, right? So one person had BO, and then I was done with that person. I went to go see another person. The person, I mean, so
Then
this
the
is
guy
not
was
this is
like,
not
which would I
this is
rather
not
have?
yeah, this is not like the company you keep that thing. It was just
Oh man,
random, right? This is
man.
random people that I met. So,
And you had to talk.
but
But if you
yeah,
have, bro, if you have, oh man, that's hard. It's too, because I'm thinking about it. If it's BO, it's steadily oozing, jiggers, it's steadily giving you
yeah,
back to back.
yeah,
If it's MO, maybe it's when
yeah,
the person is saying something. And yeah, so I
yeah.
don't know, man. It's a hard call, but
It's I mean, I think mo you can live with it, kind of, right? Because you get it when maybe they walk past and then you have that air just go and just
oh yeah, yeah,
but
BO, right? When
yeah,
they walk past, yeah, yeah.
yeah, for BO, exactly, for BO. But Mo, man, I think
MO is
that one
crazy.
can kill somebody.
No, MO
You
is
can die
mad.
from that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you literally can die.
All right. Well, I mean,
But yeah, so you've
apologies,
not told
guys,
me
for
what you're
starting
picking
off
though.
like
Yeah, but you've not
this. Yeah.
told me what you're
You said.
picking. Are you going B or MO? What are you doing?
No, it will be BO. It will be BO.
Ah,
It will be BO.
man.
I think I think because like comparing the two, right? Because I
Yeah.
have first hand experience. right? So
Yeah.
comparing the two,
When
I
you're like, yeah, I can
I
imagine.
think the BO wasn't as bad as the MO.
Yeah, yeah.
The BO the MO was like
Anyway, so what do you have for us today? Tell the people, man.
Today, I think we're talking about something during the week, and I said,
Yeah.
you know what, maybe this would be a good stuff to talk about on the podcast. So, talking about just growing up Nigerian, right, and kind of shared experiences you
Yes,
have
like we
growing up
always do.
as a Nigerian. So, I give you an example. For instance, right, as a Nigerian, on Saturdays you deep clean, right? This is what you do as a
For
Nigerian. You
sure.
deep clean for
That is
for
true.
sure. That's
There's no house that's
across
not
the
doing
board.
sanitation on Saturday.
Yeah,
No
yeah,
household.
yeah, yeah, yeah. For sure,
Everybody,
you
your,
do that.
your your neighbors are out cutting, grass. Everyone is,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And
And
you know what?
after
When you're
that,
done, I don't know what it was for you guys. Sorry, I segue a bit, but
okay,
when you're
yeah,
done with those chores on Saturday, the staple is maybe some kind of akara or moi moi and some pap
and
or
pap,
some custard and
exactly.
yeah,
So
yeah,
they go together like PB and J. It's like
yeah,
that's
hundred
just
percent.
the Yeah, that's it. So that I
Okay,
was going to
okay,
segue into
okay,
that and
love
say,
it.
yeah, after deep cleaning, you go pap and or akara and pap or moi moi. It's a
Yes,
staple by default. That's what you
staple,
do.
100%.
So,
I do
yeah.
agree.
But I wanted to
Okay,
ask you if you had some of those experiences and growing up Nigerian. What are some things that you just feel like every Nigerian household would do?
I don't know. Oh man, that's hard. Every
Yeah.
Nigerian household. There's some I can speak for, depending on how you grew up, right? So you had
Hmm.
obviously the rich ones, the middle class, lower class.
Yeah.
Maybe if you
Yeah.
want to split it even more, you have like the lower class or the mid upper class, wherever it is. But I tell you
Hmm.
some that I can remember from like growing up, because I don't want to say too much about how I grew up, but I'll tell you one. For example, you have a family of maybe like five or six,
Hmm.
and then those small sachets of cowbell. Depending on how
Yeah.
well off you guys were, you could have
Yeah.
an entire family mix that stuff in water, and everybody could share it for tea. What you guys?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
I don't know, but yeah,
yeah.
that one was
Oh,
definitely
speaking
one.
speaking of tea, that was the breakfast for the week,
Had to
right?
be.
That's tea and bread.
Tea and bread
That's
had to
like
be the one. Tea and bread. There's this one where then if you guys are feeling a bit funky, then you have margarine, because obviously you couldn't
uh,
afford butter. You couldn't
blue
even see butter.
band for sure,
And
man.
then sometimes you guys were like, taking it a step further. You'd mix blue band and sardines together. Now it might sound like,
Yeah.
struggle meals, but that was it,
Nah,
bro.
that
That
was
was it.
what? That was definitely not struggle meal, man. That was
Yeah,
living
yeah.
the life.
That was living the
So I did, and
absolute
then
life. Yeah.
you could add egg as well.
Yes,
So
yes, yes,
yeah,
yes.
that was no
Just
struggle meal.
talking about that milk one. Alongside that, you could
Hmm.
do like tea, where you have maybe
Hmm.
just one tea bag. Like I say, I'm not talking
Yeah.
for those that were extremely get had their things going on well, had things going on well for them. But you could have one tea bag and boil that thing in a kettle, and that's what everybody was going to drink. Off that top
Yeah.
tea, remember top tea?
Top
Oof,
tea,
it
man.
had to
And
be.
Lipton.
Lipton was good, but bro, if you're not really well off, it had to be top tea, because
Yeah, because
one
top tea
bag
had
of
the
top tea,
bags. Yeah, the bag
bro,
was.
one bag of top tea would make tea for like 100 people. Nah, it was punk like that. It
Yeah.
was strong. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, no, top tea
Crazy
was
stuff.
fun.
Yeah, no, top
Yes.
tea
What
was.
experiences
Yeah,
did you have?
because the bags were huge, right? So you could make, yeah, absolutely, yeah. But again, with weekend stuff, where if your family had cars and stuff, that's when the boys would go wash the
Watch
cars.
cars.
Yeah, and then
True.
because we had gender roles, right? So
Hundred
it
percent. Hundred
definitely, like,
percent.
you
We
definitely had
therefore
that.
had gender roles, and I don't think it
So
was
what are
gender
some?
roles. Go
Yeah.
ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
So I was going to say, what are some gender roles that you feel like
Nice.
we
Nice
had
question. So I'll talk about
as
my own
Nigerian?
house. It might have been different, but
Okay.
I don't know. I think a lot of people
Yeah.
might relate to this. So, for example, boys do the cars, and I don't think it was gender roles so much so that it was specified to us. as
Yeah.
against it was just the fact that we just tilted towards certain kind of roles in a sense, right?
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
like boys will wash the cars, for example. In my family, they'll tell you these are all the chores, and then everybody
Mm-hmm.
go pick. So
Pick.
for
Yeah.
example, you had like you do the kitchen. So for example, you do dishes, clean the gas cooker, clean the tiles
Mm-hmm.
on the wall, or you
Yeah.
do the bathrooms, or you do inside the house, or you do outside. So my own job was majorly cars outside in the compound, sweep the compound, the grass, all that type stuff
Yeah.
outside. So those kind of ones I'll say were more masculine. The feminine ones in my household
Mm-hmm.
would be more like the cleaning inside the kitchen. Even though as guys we still help out with some of those stuff, but those are the major ones I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone does their rooms, obviously, but I mean
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
children would
Cooking.
do
Cooking. I
obviously
feel
their
like
mom's
cooking
room.
for the most part was,
Yeah,
but cooking. I feel like cooking was more. It was more gender specific, right? Where like,
yeah,
oh, the women would cook across the board, so
yes,
men wouldn't go to the kitchen and all that
yeah,
stuff. But
yeah,
it depends on the household.
yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah. But some other stuff again too that I was thinking about was, so I know we would go play football, right? So most
yeah.
people would go. You had, I was talking to somebody just aside football. This was before phones and stuff. It was just so crazy how a group of friends, if you were young and you had friends like that, for
Mhm.
some reason you guys knew where to meet without
Yes.
calling and without having phones.
Wow.
You knew what time to meet and where to meet. So like there was this yeah, there was this there's this place where that, oh, you know what, if your parents were looking for you, just go
Go
there.
there.
Just go there
Go
and you'll
there.
find
He'll be
them.
there.
So
It's either like some
yeah.
playground type place or maybe someone's house that they know you're. That's the only next place you'd be.
Yeah.
You know what? Story. I tell you a quick story about that. Um, so growing up, I think shared experiences. Nigerian parents are always particular about education. I think we've said this on the pod a few times.
Yeah.
This particular day, just speaking about where to be and stuff, I always used to go to my cousin's house. Yeah. On this particular day, before my father would allow me go anywhere, which is very typical of most Nigerian parents. I feel like you have to ask,
Hmm.
and then many times if you say no, depending on how strict your parents were. But my father would give you like assignments and stuff, maybe some extra homework, math, and all that stuff. Before you go anywhere you see you want to go, you have to do this one. Then if you do it, that's more like a reward. You can
Hmm.
then go and visit whoever or go and play or
Yeah.
whatever. So I told him that day I wanted to go and play video games in my cousin's house, and he was like, "Cool. Before you go, solve these 50 math questions." It was Macmillan, you know those Macmillan
Yeah. Yeah.
books that year, where you'd have like what do you call them? Different kind of
Yeah.
word puzzles or whatever. Maybe they give you like a scenario and then
Yeah.
ask you questions about it. At the back of the textbook, there used to be answers. That day I was feeling funky. I
Yeah.
knew that I didn't have a lot of time to, spend before it would be too late for me to go there and play and stuff. So that day I don't solve any math.
Yeah.
I just copied all the answers from the back. Not sharp as she could. I just copied all the answers, 50 questions, like 20 minutes or less. I was done.
Yo.
Man, go play. So I went to my cousin's house, played and everything. Came back home. I see some kind. You get some kind of rubber. When if they lay them out, you see your textbook close to some kind canes. You know that something is going on. I was thinking maybe I failed too many of them. I wasn't sure what was going on. So my pops said, make a call, make I sit down. So I sat down. I was like, he said, have you done your assignments? I said, yeah, I've done everything. And he was like, okay, let's go through it. So we're marking it, going through it together. And then there was this question. I think the answer I wrote was like 3 oranges or something like that. And the question had nothing to do with oranges, bro. Absolutely nothing. And he was like, how did you get 3 oranges? And see me trying to scheme and stuff and trying to come up with answers to tell him. And he flipped to the back of the textbook and showed
Yeah.
me that this is where you got the 3 oranges from. I mean, the kind cane I chopped that day, bro.
Yeah.
And I think it was a common experience for people growing up in Nigeria that you see that whole spare the rod, spoil the child thing. I think again these days you can't do it as such. I mean, there are other ways to discipline your
Hmm.
children, which we all know there are better ways. But then, man, with the chop
Yeah.
beating, well, chopping beating was a common experience.
Yeah. I think also like the types of punishments, right? Like that you used to have like pick pin, for instance, you
Yeah,
know,
pick me was a big one.
or to kneel, yeah, or for you to kneel down, hands
Yeah,
up and close your eyes.
yeah, yeah. You
Man,
don't see all
God,
those
your
things anymore,
knees,
do you?
man, your knees go tired.
You don't see those ones
Yeah, I
anymore.
don't know. I don't know. I wonder how they discipline. I think they still beat. I think they still, flog and beat kids. But I don't. Yeah, I don't. I don't know if they still do that.
Secondary school was one of those periods and times where, bro, I think we saw the worst of it. Think about all the kind of punishments and stuff. If anyone knows Nigerian hoes, not I say hoes loosely, not like, do you get what I mean? Hoes where they use cut grass and stuff, yeah. And you
Farm.
know how, yeah, like
Yeah.
clubs. It's almost
They
like
really use
baseball
gold cut
bats and
grass.
stuff. And they'll use that thing to pound your thighs, bro. Or they'll tell you to hang from the ceiling where you have all those broken, I don't know what it
Man.
was called. Is it asbestos? I mean, don't come for me because I don't know how to pronounce
Yeah.
that word. But you'd hang from the ceiling for, a long time or some kind of weird ass punishment, or like frog jump from,
Oh, frog
I don't
jump,
know.
man.
Now what would look like 1 mile right now to me? Or that one that will tell you go in the train. I don't know if you like hold, and if anyone breaks the train, oof, bro. It was those punishments were crazy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's yeah. But I was going to say, I mean, growing up with older siblings and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Them picking on you
Oof.
was just, I think that was default, right?
100.
For
A
almost every
100.
household, and it wasn't picking on you and like trying to make you scared or stuff. Because I
Yeah.
remember to this day, right? There was this, I don't remember what it's called, one program on TV that
Hmm.
we used to watch, and I don't think I was any older than 5 or 6.
Yeah.
So all of us, everybody would come watch this program. I think it was maybe a um, Mexican program or something. It was, so there was this part
Wait.
I
I
still
feel
remember
like I
till
know.
this day.
I
This
feel like I
happened
know
maybe
that
when I
day.
was 5 or 6, right? But like it was this Mexican where they would say,
Is it the
"Oh,
one that
I
had
think it was
Camila inside?
had what?"
Camila and Diego. Is it Camila and Diego or something like that?
No, so I think Diego and was it Camelo?
Camila.
That was later on in life. That I
Oh,
think
okay.
that we were a little older with Diego
Mm.
and Paloma. Diego and
Palo
Paloma.
was that Paloma? Maybe I don't know, but yeah, maybe.
Yeah, Diego and Paloma. Yeah, it was. It was. But I think we're a little older then. But this was, I think, 5 or 6. And there was this part where they would say, Dalua, your papa is waiting for you at the
Oh, you
door.
on the
Go there,
rock?
something like that, right?
Yeah, that's the one
Bro,
now.
that
That's the
stuff
one I'm trying to remember.
terrified me.
Oh yeah, yeah, I remember that one. Uh, Elua, your father is waiting
Yeah,
for you on the rock.
bro, that
I can't remember the
stuff.
name of that show.
Oh my god, yo,
I
till
didn't even
this
think you would
day,
remember that one,
till
bro.
this till this day,
Ah,
man.
yeah, yeah, I remember
Bro,
that one.
that stuff freaked me out. And my siblings, right? So when anytime the part comes on, I would run inside. And
Yeah.
so my brothers would turn off the lights and stuff
Ooh.
and start singing the stuff. Yeah, no, that stuff terrified me. Yeah,
No,
it
no,
terrified
and
me
that
for
was speaking
sure.
about shows, bro. I think there were common
Oh man.
shows that we watched back in the day as well, because at the time, television was not decentralized in a sense. So either you're watching NTA or you,
Yeah.
you were watching national TV for the most part, and then maybe some local stations depending on what you had available to you. But there were staple shows. I don't know if you can remember some of them.
Yeah. Like Super Story, for instance.
Yeah, Super
Right.
Story,
That
definitely.
was, I feel like
Every
everybody
household
watched Super
watched.
Story.
Bro, I
Yeah.
tell you about with
Oh, did
Super
you?
Story, it was so mad that if you didn't have lights in your house, if you didn't have power, electricity in your house, you go to your neighbor's house, you get place where all of them go meet. If you be say all of them go buy fuel, it could be that all of you would contribute money to buy fuel just to watch Super Story.
Yeah.
But Thursdays, was it 7 to 8 or eight
Yeah.
to nine? I can't forget. It was Thursdays, maybe eight
Yeah.
to
I
nine.
think.
It
Yeah.
was Super Story.
Yeah.
There's no way. It's a super story. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was one. That was one. Um, Papa Jasco. Remember Papa Jasco?
I think before Super Story 2, we had Tales by Moonlight.
Tales by
Oh, come on.
Moonlight.
Yeah, Papa Just
Definitely. Nah, Tales by Moonlight was one for sure. There was Everyday People as well. I don't even remember that one.
Everyday People.
Everyday People.
That's
Yeah,
you, that's me. Ah.
yeah. That was another one. What other ones did we used to watch back in the day?
I think they had some. I don't know if it was that they had good shows or if this is just nostalgia, right? So to say.
So no one is telling me anything. Super Story was good.
Yeah,
I
Super
think
Story.
Super Story was good.
Super.
I don't remember the storylines right now.
Yeah,
I mean, you might watch it right now and be like, cringe, but
yeah.
Super Story was good. I think there were some shows from way back that, regardless, they just had that, just had that thing about them. Um,
I think there was one. I remember that time where the time where HIV and AIDS was really huge.
mhm,
It was a
mhm.
big thing back
Yeah.
then. There was this show that they had. I don't think it was Everyday People. It was something. Uh,
Um,
yeah, I don't remember what it's called, but
I
yeah,
think I know the one you might be talking
they
about.
had. I think they had really good shows back then.
No, there were different shows. If you remember any shows from back then, please, as you watch, just drop them in the comments and see if anybody can relate. Yeah.
But I think he had Funke Akindele.
Everyday People had Funke Akindele for sure. That's the first place I ever saw her, if I remember correctly. I think Everyday People had
Yeah,
Funke
so maybe it was Everyday
Akindele.
People.
I think it probably was because it was
Yeah,
more like
maybe it
a
was
high
Everyday.
school setting. Was it high school? Something like that.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think that's the one.
That's the
That's the
one.
one. That's
Yeah,
the
I think
one.
that's the
Then,
one. I think that's the one.
if it was a high school type setting, then that was it.
I think that's the one.
Yeah.
I still remember them with their checkered shirts and or pinafores and stuff.
Well, guys,
Yeah.
info for getting any shows.
No, shows back then were great. Shows
Yeah.
back then were great. I think
Good
as
times,
time
man.
went
Fun
on,
times.
really, really good times. Really, really good times. As time went on and TV and all that became more decentralized, people there were less commonalities between shows people watched. I think there's still some staples of all time, but they were not as common as
Yeah.
everyone was talking about. For example, when Prison Break came out, everybody was talking about the same episode. Do you get what I mean? Around the same time, everybody
Oh
was talking
yeah.
about the same thing. But yeah, these days I think things are just slightly a bit different.
Prison Break. 24.
Yeah, 24.
Merlin.
Merlin, Legend of the Seeker. You remember that one?
Yeah.
And then if you're into all those vampire type stuff, Vampire Diaries, originals. Which other one can I remember? There are quite a few.
Yeah.
There are quite a few.
I know they
No,
had
but
like Gossip Girls,
no, I
Twilight.
don't think I ever saw. Yeah, Twilight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I saw Twilight. Um, but yeah, if you remember any of these shows or any other good ones that you watched whilst growing up, please put them in the comments.
I never watched Gossip Girls just cause.
Nah, I don't even think I knew that show. If I'm being honest, I don't think I've come across that show before. I might have heard of it, but I don't think I watched it.
Fair enough. Fair
Was
enough.
it commonplace for you? Just speaking about childhood experiences and stuff, was it commonplace for you to, for example, not come back home late, and then were there like
Mhm.
penalties?
Yeah, I think that was default, right? That was a default
Hmm.
where I think 7 p.m.
Yeah,
You had to be home by a certain time.
you
I think
had to
for
be.
me, because like I had older siblings, right? So they would either be out, work, and,
Hmm.
and all that stuff, and then you had to be home before 7 o'clock, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know if I
Yeah,
had a
7
curfew.
p.m.
I don't know what time my curfew was, but it was that
I
you
don't
shouldn't be
think I
back
don't
when you
think it
get
was
home.
set that it was a curfew, but you just after
Yeah.
one too many beatings, you knew
Yes.
that, bro. You knew
Before
what
it
the
gets
time
dark, you
was.
need to be in the house. You need to be in the house. But again, if you're a truant to a certain degree, if you grew up in a certain way, you get certain things we will keep you out. There was a time where playing video games in what we used to call game shops at the time was a
Hmm.
big thing.
Hmm.
I think through like secondary school, that was one big thing. Any young boy growing up
Yeah.
around that time, PS1, even before PS1, Seth, bro, days of like Sega and stuff,
Yeah,
you'd go
yeah,
game shop
yeah.
and spend a lot of time, come back late and chop better beating. Chop better beating, bro.
Well, well worth it, man.
Good old days. Do you have more experiences, man?
What are some other experiences? I know, like, we would all like the games, right? Like Ludo, for
Yeah.
instance, or
Mm-hmm.
skipping
Mm-hmm.
or sway, stuff
Sway
like
or
that, right?
Cody, bro.
So
You remember
yeah, I
Cody?
think pretty much, yeah. Depending on where you grew up, though.
But remember
Oh
Cody?
yeah,
That
man,
was my favorite game, bro. That was my favorite game.
yeah.
You see me picking batteries everywhere, trying to and
Uh,
viral covers, trying to make the best Cody. And then when you played Cody for a while, when you got good at it,
man,
then you moved
there were
to
people
level
that were
two.
really good at playing that stuff, man. Your whole hand.
Bro, that was my game. You move to level two where you now have like biro the tips of ballpoint pens attached to that thing, bro. And the good thing about it was seasonal because you
Yeah,
had to play it when
yeah,
you had sand, so you couldn't play like rainy season and stuff. So it was more during the dry season. By the
yeah,
way, in Nigeria we have
yeah,
only two seasons. There's the
yeah.
dry seasons. We have dry season and rainy season. We don't have summer, winter, all that type stuff. So it was dry season when you had good sand because you play in the sand. And bro, I
Yeah.
remember like primary school going to all those extra lessons and stuff. Bro, break time, me and my guys, my pocket full of batteries and Cody, different type of Cody elements waiting to unleash.
Let's go
Ah
to
no,
war. Let's
yeah,
go.
yeah,
This is
yeah.
Sparta.
Ah man, no, that was good.
Uh,
What other games did we used to play?
that's
There was this,
crazy,
I don't
man.
know,
Love
was
it,
it, I
love
don't
it,
know
love
what
it.
we used to call it police and thief, but I don't know if it had a different name. I think they call it tag now. I think it's a sport now, chase tag or something. I think that's what they call it now.
Yeah,
We used to play that thing like
yeah. I
mad.
think police and thief. Yeah, was what?
We used to call it police and
Yeah,
thief,
they
yeah.
call it.
It was definitely
Yeah,
police and thief we used to call it.
yeah.
But I think it's
Yeah.
called chase tag or something like that.
We also had that war. Was it war scatter or something? Was it
Which
police
one was
and
that?
thief, or was that war scatter where you had teams? So you had different teams, right? It's kind of
Hmm.
like tag. Well, not tag,
Okay.
maybe, yeah, like kind of like tag. But you
Okay.
you had groups, right? So
Mm,
let's say a group of five. Yeah,
mm.
so this group will have 5 players, the other group will have 5 players, and then you'd all, just say, hey, what? So the rule was scatter, everybody would go off, and then you start
Okay.
shoot. Again, it's kind of like tag, but without, having the
Oh,
equipment.
okay.
Would make. Did you ever make those guns from maize stalk?
Ah, bro. Don did that. Mills stock and nails. Is it those ones when you also have like double barrels and stuff, and then you pin two maize stalks together? Yeah,
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 those
yeah.
ones where you
Oh,
make all you're the baddest guns in the world.
100%.
Yeah,
100%. Or Baram. You
that
remember
was that
Baram?
was good.
Kabuga Baram.
Oh, Baram was good. Baram, Baram
Yeah.
was really
Ah.
good, man.
Ah. Then
That
you
was
use
yeah,
we
that
used to
was
call
that
them
was good. That was
call them
good. That was
guara
good.
guara. You remember guara guara?
Guara guara.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you'd use that big thing at the club to play your bar. No, 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 yeah. Really good old
Yeah,
days.
I think it was in maybe South Africa. I think no, it's not Mr. Bones. Mr. Bones
Mr.
was what
Bones, that's
we
the one.
was
Yeah, yeah, it was off Mr.
Mr.
Bones. Yeah,
Bones.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Nah, really, really good old days. Really good old days. All right, so we're moving on straight into accent challenges.
Okay,
Or
okay.
this segment where we're gonna do accent challenges. I found accents to be really, really interesting. So
I
by
love
no shape or
accents.
form is this any diss to any, do you get what I'm saying, language or none of that. Right? It's not that energy. We're just having fun. I think many of the things that we're going to talk about in this segment are things that we can relate to. I mean, our tribes are part of these what we're going to talk about anyway. So
Yeah,
this is no shade to anybody. So just quick check, accent check, yeah.
yeah,
How would you say, okay, away from what I was going to say right now, we'll
yeah,
get to the Nigerian part in a bit, but would you
yeah,
say either or either? I don't know if it's an accent thing or a
yeah.
pronunciation
I
thing.
think it's a pronunciation thing.
Regardless, would you say either or
Yeah,
either?
e- either. No, I think I would
E-
say either. I I think so. So, see, in growing up in Nigeria, I would have said either.
Yep.
But I think now I say either.
Fair. So
Yeah.
either. Cool. Would you say finance or
Either.
finance?
Fine. So, bro, I mix this stuff up every time.
Because I
Yeah,
don't even know. I'm just asking the
yeah.
question.
I say, I say my finances, and then I say
Mm.
Ministry of Finance.
Finance.
Finance,
I say
bro.
I need to get me my vitamins and then I say vitamin C.
Yeah,
Oh man.
yeah. I
This
think
next one
I
is very straightforward for you though. Would you say route or route?
no route. I'll say route.
Yeah. I think people in the UK would say route.
Yeah,
They
router.
be like
The
router.
heck is
And I
that? What
can't
the
that one.
heck
I
is
can't stand that one.
what
Honestly,
the heck is a router, man?
I don't know. I don't know. I can't stand that one. One more. Just quick
Yeah,
check. Would you say privacy or privacy?
privacy,
Yeah, of
privacy.
course. You say privacy. The
Yeah,
first day I had privacy, I was like, I don't know what's going on.
yeah,
Privacy? But I mean,
privacy.
you would say privacy if you say finance, if you say either, if you'd say
Yeah,
vitamins, maybe.
yeah,
So yeah,
yeah, yeah,
fair enough. So let's move on to the motherland. So Nigeria, as we all know, is like the
yeah,
biggest black nation in the world, over 200 million people, I guess,
yeah,
and over 525 languages from what they say. I'm not sure, but we have bare languages in Nigeria, and
yeah,
every language or tribe would have their own peculiar way of saying certain things. So we're just going to keep it to English words and how they
yeah.
pronounce certain things, right? So just typically as a Nigerian, again, would you say accent or accent? I think I've heard the accent one a lot of times.
Like to go
Like
up
accent, so like Nigerian accent. Would you say
accent.
yeah? You'd say accent, but a lot of
Yeah,
times I think a lot of Nigerians might just say accent,
yeah, yeah,
just
yeah.
like accelerate. When I was a lot younger, I used to say accelerate. I was kid you not. I would not have said
Yeah,
if you said accelerate, I'll think you're
yeah.
stupid.
You know another one that just like is crazy to me when so you're driving and you need to make
Yeah,
a left turn.
yeah.
You turn on your blinker. What are you doing?
We will say traffic gates. As a Nigerian, you say traffic gates. There's no way.
Bro, I thought traffic gate was a word.
I swear, it's like no my trafficator be that. Turn
Bro,
on my
traffic gate.
trafficator.
Traffic gates, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What would you say
that's
now? What would you say now though?
indicate
Yeah,
blinker. Yeah,
yeah,
so
yeah.
yeah,
Probably more indicates. I think
yeah,
you're talking about this one yesterday. Um, Nigerians will call it thorough
yeah.
or thorough. So like,
Thorough, thorough,
do that or wash that cloth thoroughly.
yeah, thoroughly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I was saying like the first time I heard someone say thorough, I said, "Bro, that's not nah.
yeah,
You don't know
yeah.
what you're talking about.
Thorough.
What the heck is
What is
thorough?
thorough?
Thorough." I'm like, yeah,
I remember
thorough,
some years
man.
ago. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So thorough.
thorough.
Okay, cool.
It
I
gives it
remember.
that you know what it's yeah. This is
Yeah, it's actually
do it
thorough.
thoroughly. You do
Yeah,
thorough. Yeah,
thorough washing.
thorough.
Yeah. And I feel like it's the people that were a bit. I don't know how to say it. So Nigerians will pronounce th as t
Yeah, yeah,
or d, depending. Like, let's go
yeah,
to the bathroom or let's
yeah,
go to the house or something like that. Yeah,
yeah. Go and brush your teeth.
yeah. Go and brush your teeth. Yeah. So
Ah,
thorough would be thorough, and if you wanted to add some spice, you probably say thorough or something
yeah,
like that.
yeah,
All right, cool. I remember some years ago where we were arguing over this word. I was in the midst of some other Africans, I think some
yeah.
South Africans, Ugandans, and we're arguing over this word. I'm going to spell it out, and then you tell me how a Nigerian will pronounce it.
Okay.
Pepper.
Pepper.
Pepper, of course, man. Because you have two R's in it. There are
Yeah.
two E's, and the E's will be pepper. And them guys were telling me it was pepper. I was like, what?
Pepper.
Paper. This is
Pepper.
this is paper. Do you get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Not that.
Pepper. What the heck
Pepper.
is pepper?
Pepper. So that's a pepper. What? Nah, that one I don't know. Till today, I probably will still say pepper. Unfortunately,
Pepper, man. Pass me the pepper. Pepper, pepper,
yeah.
pepper,
Give me
pepper,
the
pepper,
pepper.
pepper.
Even if I want to put
Pepper.
funny on top, man, it has to be pepper.
Yeah, like regardless, that's what I'm saying. That's why I try and put accent to the thing. I put wait, salt and pepper. Bro, na
Yeah,
pepper, man.
pepper,
Na
bro.
pepper.
Leave it, allow it. Pepper. That's what it
Yeah.
is.
Pepper is pepper,
Um,
man.
I was chatting to someone again some years ago, and well, in the midst of the discussion, we were talking about vegetables, and I said spinach, and she laughed, and I couldn't wonder what just made me funny laugh. I didn't even know. She was like, "What did you
Yeah.
say?" I said, "Yeah, I said I just had spinach and this and that," and she laughed again. I kind of wonder, say, "What's going on?" She said, "You said
Yeah.
spinach." I said, "Yeah, what's wrong in saying spinach?" She was like, "No, it's spinach." What?
Spinach?
Spinach? What
Spinach?
is
What's
spinach?
spinach?
What is spinach? I don't know what spinach is. I know
Spinach.
spinach. If you spell it,
Where the NIC come from?
no idea, bro. No clue. English is
Yeah.
a scam language.
Yeah, English is
Yeah,
ridiculous, man.
because I don't know how
Spinach.
though is though,
Yeah.
but if you add a t at the end of it is thought. Bro, I don't understand. Honestly, don't get. I think there's this guy on probably IG that does a few videos around this stuff. We would see if we can link some of his stuff
Yeah.
if you find them. But yeah, English is a scam language. Another quick one for you. Listen.
LIS. Listen.
Yeah, but Nigerians will say
Yeah. Listen.
listen,
Listen to
bro.
me, my guy. Listen. You're not
Listen to what I'm
listening.
telling you.
You're not listening.
Yeah, you're not listening. Listen up, everybody.
Okay. Listen up.
Heard that a lot of times, especially in secondary
listen,
school, man. Listen. Or like,
listen up.
I think we talked about this one too yesterday. Stalking.
Yeah,
Okay, stalking.
stalking. Which
Yeah,
again I can understand it because like you would say bulk in
yeah,
will be bulking. You're not
in, yeah.
saying bulking.
Stalking. Yeah, I'm going to.
So why
Yeah,
is stalking
buckle.
not
Yeah, the rules
not
just changed. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah,
Yeah.
English is just a flipping scam language. All right, so let's get into the heart of it now with like proper Nigerian pronunciations. One thing I discovered early on, I don't know if you've discovered, I think you probably would have as well, was that with every Nigerian language, they have peculiar ways to pronounce certain things.
Hmm.
And there are certain rules around how they pronounce those things. So for example, Yorubas, which is one of the common languages in Nigeria, or people, the language is Yoruba, the people are Yorubas, right? Would say, or would always, if you have a H that
Hmm.
comes before a word, that H is lost. They omit
Yeah.
it totally.
Yeah.
If you have a word that starts with a vowel, that H is brought back, right? So, for example, they'll say things like house to mean house, or orange to mean like orange. Yeah. So, how I don't know if yeah,
H man, like bro, where
orange.
we get orange from?
Yeah.
Orange. And then you
It gets
say
some, yeah, go ahead.
hot water.
Hot water. Hot water.
Yeah,
Hot
yeah.
water. So, those are the A and Z. So, the flip, sorry, A and H rather. The flip the A
Mm,
and the H. They'll flip the S and the Z as well.
yeah.
I don't know if you've seen those ones or you've heard those ones, like spicy. Can you hear spicy gone? You know, that food is spicy.
Yeah,
That's a real one. Oh, spicy,
so
man.
spicy. Spicy. Malam
Oh, shout out my
spicy.
brother. Mommy, shout out to you, man. Because she's on
Ma-
that for
Malam
sure.
spicy.
Yeah, man, I'm spicy. I don't know if you know any other ones that do that S and Z. Um,
Oh,
uh, like zebra, they'll say zebra.
yeah,
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 zebra. They say zebra or
yeah,
stuff like that. Yeah.
yeah. And then
Yeah.
there's the S and where they say so like Sokoto, for instance, they'll say
Yeah.
Shokoto, you
Yeah, the
know.
S and the SH. Yeah.
Yeah, so
I think where that thing stems from is for example, Yoruba names you'd never see a H. So like when you're
mhm.
spelling the proper Yoruba name,
Yeah,
you wouldn't
yeah,
so
yeah,
you
yeah,
wouldn't see
yeah.
an SH rather.
Yep,
So like Shola would be
will be
SOLA.
OLA. Yeah, yep.
Yeah. But I think that S in their mind is SH still.
Yeah, yeah.
So Shokoto
Would
would
be
be
yeah.
Shokoto kind of thing. Yeah.
Ooh,
I
like
think they do
Shaw,
this.
for instance, would be saw.
Yeah.
So,
Show, show
I'm
soft. Are
I'm
you
so,
sure about
I'm so gone. I'm so, I'm so,
oh my
are you
days.
so like, oh man, you're
Ah,
so,
especially when you're from like where I'm from,
yeah,
Oshun type side to like Oyo,
yeah,
and I think those guys are really peculiar in
yeah.
how they pronounce their stuff.
Oh man,
I think they do the
so
F and V thing too.
yeah,
Like Osimini favor Konsha. He did me a favor. He did me a very massive favor. Those ones used to get me like crazy.
uh, oh man, like that's crazy.
No, the F and V's are mad. The F and V's.
Uh,
Then you have these ones that I like to call the wild cards. There's no reason why you should pronounce those words that way. So, like, I'll give you a word. I'll spell out a word, and then you tell me how a proper Yoruba man would pronounce it.
yeah.
Eleven.
He left him. He left him.
11. So some would say 11, which is great. That's the F and V. Some would say 11.
He left him. Yeah, yeah.
11. 11 o'clock.
He left him. He
I'll
left
wait by 7 o'clock. And we'll go by 11. This is to be crazy.
Yo.
Yeah.
Oh man, he left him.
In the same lights. There are these ones where they say like Saturday. I don't know if you've heard those
Yeah,
ones.
yeah,
Saturday.
yeah,
On
yeah.
Saturday.
Saudi.
They
Yeah.
just compress the word and just do away with every other thing in the middle.
Saudi.
Just slur it up. Saturday. Oh man.
Saudi.
Or you've heard mayor.
Left him.
That's measure, by the way. And Saturday was Saturday.
Man.
Mayor prayer.
Prayer.
Even that prayer, man. Undue prayer.
Yeah. Uh, that's too funny, man.
I don't know how did you ever learn the alphabets in Yoruba? I know we did like Hausa class back to back, but did you
Yeah.
ever learn the alphabets in
You know,
Yoruba?
I switched from Yoruba to Hausa.
You have to because
Because,
nobody be in those Yoruba classes.
bro,
Not when you're in Just. Nobody be in
that
those
was
Yoruba
too
classes.
hard, man. It was too hard.
100.
And I speak the language, but bro, I was like, there's no way I'm passing this class. There's no way.
And it was funny. It was funny because so in secondary school we had to do one Nigerian language and the three
Yeah.
major Nigerian languages, so Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa were part of that curriculum. So you had to pick
Yeah.
one. And you see Igbo class, you see like two people or three people.
Yeah.
Yoruba class to like two or three people.
To
Then you see
the
Hausa class,
Hausa
like
class, like the whole school,
overflowing.
the whole school, the whole
Oh man, it couldn't fit in the class.
I'm telling you, man, the whole
Yeah,
school
entire
in
school.
that class, man. I don't. Plus, it didn't help that the Yoruba teacher was just man, that woman.
But did you
Yeah,
remember there was one time one Igbo core member came to teach.
yeah,
Yeah, she came to do Igbo. Bro, see
yeah,
guys leaving Hausa class for Igbo class.
yeah,
But
yeah,
Igbo is another funny one. I can't lie. Igbo is the one I would say I least interacted with. I probably would say
yeah,
you or you'd probably say the
yeah,
same thing.
yeah, yeah.
But there were some staples, for example, in terms of like how they would pronounce certain things. So
Mhm.
the L and R, they would always mix up the L and R.
Yeah,
So
yeah, for sure.
I think there was one you said the other day.
Yeah, Rari Gaga.
Rari Gaga.
Rari to mean Larry, they'll say
Yeah,
Rari. So they
yeah,
mix the R and the L, and
yeah.
yeah.
I think Igbos have this one too where they do the CH and the SH,
Mhm.
like shosh to mean
Yeah,
church,
yeah,
or leash out to me.
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
blood, you're not leashing out to me.
yeah. Blood, blood.
And that's like, brother, you're not reaching out to me.
Yeah, leech out. Yeah,
Yeah, that's funny. Another
yeah.
one, I think this is the last one I remember about the Igbos. M and N. So if they see
Mm,
an N, they would throw away the N and put an M there.
yeah.
So they say things like, give me that SIM card.
Same.
SIM card. That's give me that SIM card, right?
That's
Or when
true.
they want to say MTN, it be like MTN.
Yeah,
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 so that M
yeah.
and N was definitely one.
Oh,
But man, shout out to our evil guys out there. I don't know if you know any other ones you guys say, please throw them
yeah,
in the comments.
yeah.
Should we go Hausa? Because
Uh,
again, these guys, man, these are our brothers.
I was like, yes, they get picked on a lot, man. Which is so stupid because every pretty much every Nigerian
Yeah.
tribe we
Mhm.
have those stuff that we struggle with. Pretty much
Yes.
every one of us. But I just feel
Yeah.
like Hausas they get picked on a
A
lot,
lot,
man,
a
a
lot,
lot.
a lot. And if you're also watching this, please take it in good faith. We're not
Yeah, I mean, come
jiggling
on,
it.
I'm
Like,
70% Hausa,
bro, I'm
so
more like 80, 90. I can't even lie.
so
Outside of
don't
my
worry
name
about
and
it.
a few other things, man, I'm house out to the bone. F and P,
Ooh, yeah.
the people, the
My
people.
the people of
Yeah,
the government, they say governor. Do they say
governor,
governor? Governor, governor.
governor,
Yeah.
governor.
But you know, they actually the Hausa accent. If you've heard
A proper Hausa man speak.
an
Oof,
educated
educated
Hausa
like
man talk, ooh, it's beautiful, man.
100%.
It's ah,
It doesn't
it's
get better than them. They're
beautiful.
really,
Yeah,
really articulate when they,
yeah.
yeah.
It's beautiful.
And then they can their pronunciations, bro. Like it's just a joy to watch a
Yeah,
proper educated Hausa man speak
yeah.
or woman.
It's
Let's go to the B and B Hausas. So
yeah.
convenience to
Oh
mean
yeah,
convenient.
convenience.
How
Yeah,
would you say? So I'm going to give a clue for this one.
yeah.
So you have toes, right?
Hmm.
So if you're gonna say the big toe, what would that
Yeah.
say? If a Hausa man says big toe, what does it mean? Remember we're doing the B and B.
Victor.
Big toe for sure.
Wow. Wow, Femi. Wow. Just big dog.
Because I heard it before, I was like, "What?" That was for me. I can't lie. I can't lie.
Oh,
Are you talking about my
big
big
dog,
toe or my friend
big
called
dog,
Victor?
big
Ah,
dog, big dog. Yeah, that's
funny,
true. That's
funny.
true.
Man, I
Uh,
have I have quite a few for Hausa guys. I can't even lie. T and H and Z. So like, if they see TH, they'll swap it out and throw a Z in there.
yeah,
So like the Zafiful.
he's a
Yeah, that's
people.
three people. Or Wizra.
Yeah.
I went to that ATM and Wizra some money.
Zamani.
Money. Ah, no,
Zamani.
Hausas, man. Love you
The
guys to death.
people of the federal.
The president.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
people of the federal
That was the
republic.
Federal Republic,
Republic.
Nigeria.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it. Ah,
The
there's this one.
people.
This one is quite technical. If you have two consonant sounds, they
Yeah.
can't work together. So what they will do is they'll split up the consonant sounds
Yeah.
into two and throw a vowel in the middle. So if you have like MILK,
Yeah.
which you call milk,
Yeah. Yeah.
how
Malik.
do you call it? Milik.
Malik.
Milik.
Malik.
Don't NCO Milik.
Malik. It's
I think
crazy,
this
man.
diversity is all these different things that make us different. Actually, are the beautiful things about us
Yeah.
generally as a people.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I mean, those are the three major languages. But I think we can't do the segments without doing Plateau people. So Plateau
Yeah.
people are not really well known because they're not one of the what would you say, the top three tribes in
Top
the world.
major. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but they have other small languages and all that. But I feel like they are, because Joshua and I grew up in a small city called Jos. There's just a very peculiar way just people or proper a Plateau man would pronounce certain words, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. 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 Like, for instance, if they want to say government again, would be government,
Goffman.
government.
They have that
Or
thing also where if you have two consonant sounds at the end
yeah,
of a word,
it's
they
yeah,
omit the last one. So
yeah,
government would be Goffman.
yeah.
Yeah. Development.
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 Yeah.
Yeah.
They say so. Test would be test,
Test. Yeah, yeah.
test,
There's a test.
test,
That like a body in test.
and test. That's an test, test.
Test. They don't have time. Straight to the point.
Yeah, Test.
They've got this I think the G and K. I don't know if you've seen that one. Have you heard that one?
The
So if they're going to say frog, for example, they'll be like frock.
frog.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
frock.
yeah, yeah. Frog.
Or druck.
Like,
To me, like drug. Druck. Wallahi, he took drugs, fa. He
drugs.
took drugs. The guy is into drugs.
Drugs. Yeah, they
Ah, man.
definitely say
So,
that. Uh,
how do you pronounce direct?
direct, direct,
Direct. Yeah.
direct, directly,
Direct.
fa.
Directly.
That's what
He
they
went direct.
directly, direct, direct, direct.
In fact, in fact.
In fact,
In
in
fact.
fact, in fact. Ah,
Ah. Or friend.
yo,
Remember, they
yeah,
don't do two consonants at the end. Friend
yeah,
will be friend.
yeah, my
That's
friend.
just my friend, fa. It's just
Yeah,
my
my
friend.
friend.
Oh man. Nah,
Yeah,
I feel like Plateau people, so the Burams, the what do you call people from Langtan? Taros, right?
yeah.
And Anaguta is Plateau State as well. I mean, really, really lovely to have grown up there and witnessed that culture.
Yeah, it's especially like just for instance, it's a melting pot, right? For
Yes.
different, and that's why I think we can easily know or say what different tribes and different
Yeah.
people, would sound like. Because yeah, it's a just especially as a
It was
huge,
definitely a melting pot.
yeah,
You know, you
melting
could
pot.
hear someone from Benue State and one is maybe like Tiv and the other one is Idoma.
Idoma,
And you can
yeah,
hear the stark contrast between how they
yeah,
speak.
you know for sure that
Yeah.
it's only borderlines that
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
that say like these people are from the same. Other than that, they are completely,
Yeah.
yeah, they're completely different
Yeah.
in the
And
way
then
they are.
moving out into like the wider society and interacting with people from other countries, you see the same things play out, right?
Hmm.
I think Nigerians they say you get how it is pronounce it in words. So if people hear you, they just know that you're Nigerian. Ghanaians
Yeah,
have theirs as well.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
I don't know if you know any Ghanaian ones, by the
Yeah.
way.
So for instance, Nigerians, how would you say pastor?
We'll say pastor
Yeah,
as a
Ghanaians would
Nigerian.
say pasta.
Pasta. Yeah.
Yeah, pasta. So how
Pasta.
would you say pasta?
Pasta still. It's just so
Yeah,
for Ghanaians is the context.
yeah, it's just like,
Yeah.
yeah, my pasta,
My
your
pasta ate some pasta.
pasta, pasta.
Oh no. Or HER is we would say ha.
Yeah.
How would Ghanaian say it?
So HER.
Hair.
Hair. Hair. Yeah,
Yeah.
hair.
Give
Hair.
hair a book.
Yeah. Or for
Yeah.
instance, where Ghanaians would or Nigerians would say church, right?
Yeah. Ghanaians will say
Ghanaians
check.
would say church.
Like, where are you
Church.
seeing the air inside there, bro?
Church.
Where is the air in church?
Church.
Church.
I'm going to church.
I think there's some
Okay.
other ones they do. I can't remember.
Uh,
And again, I mean, Ghanaians, if you guys are watching this, tell us the ones we do because I mean, you guys have a lot for us as well. I'm sure.
yeah.
And I think it's really beautiful when you meet people from different places because it just sometimes you think you're like the poshest from your area and then they
Yeah.
speak English and then you throw
Yeah.
some things out that you've learned over the years and you're like
You-
it pains people. I'll give you an example.
yeah.
I was somewhere sometime and in Nigeria we call it when you have a broom. What do you use to park the dirt? Like what do you
Oh,
call that?
that's a
You
good
say
one.
parker. Let
That's a
parker be
good
that
one.
now. You guys like broom and parker. And I was
Yeah.
like, man, that day I think I was on my UK accent, bro. So I was just chatting stuff, and I was like, and then I just went to get the Parker, and babe was like, what? I said the Parker, and I pointed at it. She was like, oh, you mean the
That's
dustpan?
fine. Bro,
Like,
say,
what
bro,
do you mean dustpan?
bro,
What is a Parker?
took me back to Oshu immediately with that, with that one.
Ah,
Bro.
it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
Yo, yeah, Baka,
Dustpan.
man. A dustpan.
Dustpan. It's not just
Dustpan.
dust. I use it to. I pack
Bro, I
everything
pack
with it.
everything. Just collective, man. It's a packer, man. Just call it. Nah,
Ah,
dustpan.
the dustpan is
Uh,
crazy.
Yeah.
I think there are other ones that we call. Now it's probably not even say an accent thing. It's just what we're used to calling certain
Just
things.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
can't remember other ones right now, but I think that there are other ones. If you remember or if you know any other ones that probably spawn you wherever you are, drop them
yeah,
in the comments. But yeah, culture's amazing. What wouldn't you say?
yeah. I mean, I love cultures. I love accents.
Yeah, I absolutely love
Yeah,
accents as well.
yeah.
I absolutely
Accents,
love
because you can
accents.
just tell, right? So you could tell where somebody is from, and if you know a place well, you could tell exactly,
Yes,
where.
100%.
Yeah,
Where people are from.
accents is yeah.
And the thing about accents, I feel, especially with learning languages, it's a mimicking thing. So if you look at how children grow and learn languages,
Hmm.
they're just saying back what they hear,
Yeah,
right? So if
yeah,
you can do
yeah,
like good impressions, or if you can just say back what people hear, you can
yeah,
easily, mimic them and probably even learn a
yeah,
new language. Someone was telling me the other day, he was like, why we see when una commot, when una go like a new place and stuff, you guys start speaking like the people. And I'm
yeah.
like, okay, imagine a Yoruba man go down to the north and then is speaking Hausa with the Yoruba accent. What would that sound like?
Your sound, yeah, yeah.
Come on, Jay, get out. Like it doesn't. Do you get me? It's not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't translate, right? So,
and you're trying to
but
communicate at the end of the
yeah,
day. So
so you kind of make people, right?
that's a
The
code
people
switch
that
sometimes, wouldn't
yeah,
you say?
yeah, the people I'm actually impressed with are people who would learn the accents, right? So you
Yeah,
not only learn the language, but then like
learn
especially those who like
intonations,
know
all that stuff.
different, like can switch between accents and stuff.
Oh,
Man,
yeah,
it's like
yeah.
how
No
do you
respect
do
for those
that,
guys.
man?
I can't even
I
lie.
think yesterday I was watching one girl who was doing
Impressive.
and yeah, and it was not like she could speak the language, or she wasn't a polyglot or anything like that. She just knew accents and she could switch it up. So she would do like the UK English accent. She would do American. She did Nigerian. Nigerian was rusty. She would do Niger. I think
For the most
people
part,
just do a terrible job
at Nigerian
on
accents, I was just gonna say that.
Nigerian. Yeah,
For the
Nigerian.
most
I don't
part,
know
I've
why
not
they
seen.
struggle.
Yeah, even
They
like
have
comedians.
this. Yeah, they have this generic
Yeah, I was like, nah, that's not Nigeria.
African thing
Yeah,
they
yeah,
do,
yeah.
and they think, oh
That's
yeah, that's how Nigerians sound.
no,
You know
that's
the
not
ones
how.
that piss me off the most,
Nah,
the
tell me.
ones that are born to Nigerian parents,
Oh
and they
yes, and
have a
still
hard
don't
time.
know.
Yeah, you have a hard like how you don't know what your father sounds like.
You can't just sound like your
You,
parents, for
oh
example.
my god, it's
Yeah,
yeah, that one just gets on my last nerves, man. And you
yeah,
do it's okay if you don't even, but the one where you do the generic
yeah.
African, and you say, "Oh, yeah, that's what
That's
my
not
father sounds like," or
Nigerian.
"That's what
Man.
Nigerian sound." No, that's not what he sounds like. You
Not even
just
close.
doing the Hollywood accent or the Hollywood impression of.
Nigerian accents.
Yeah,
Ah,
it's
no,
annoying.
crazy. Nah, but I
Yeah.
mean, it's a fun time to be. I feel like with some people, they take it very personal when people kind of like speak about their um or how they are. But for me, it's kind of like fun and games in a sense where
Hmm.
I'm just exploring your culture. I'm just
Yeah.
trying to understand why. Because again, with accents and stuff or how we would pronounce certain things, it could be
Yeah.
like you don't even have that vowel or consonant sound
Yeah.
in your
Yeah.
language,
In your yeah,
and that's why
exactly.
you would
Yeah.
pronounce a word a certain kind of way. And it's just fun to know that. It's just um,
Yeah. Yeah.
enjoyable. But yeah,
Accents and languages, amazing. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. If
absolutely
you
love
were, if you were if you would learn one language, if you had to learn one language and be really good at the language, what language would that be?
Spanish for sure, man.
Okay, that's good.
Spanish. Because I was doing my research the other day, and Spanish is probably the fourth most widely spoken languages in the world.
Okay,
Maybe fourth after like I think Hindi, Mandarin, and English.
yeah,
I didn't know it was that big.
yeah. It's
Not
it's
just for
big.
native speakers, like just generally. I think over 500
Generally,
million
yeah.
people, yeah, speak Spanish. So I was like, yeah, Spanish. And again, man, Spain is what it is for me.
Fair play.
How
Fair play.
about you?
Fair
What
play.
would it be? I
C,
feel like I know Italian.
C.
See, like the programming language. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
Because I
yeah.
don't. Oh, really? Is that where you're going? This
Yeah.
guy is such
Nah, just it'll be Italian for sure. I think Italian or yeah, Italian for sure. Number one, French too, just because it's hard. So if I had
nah, nah.
the
To hell with French. I mean, I don't mean that. I don't mean that way. Is it? I absolutely love the French. I love the language, but it's just difficult, man.
That's
It's
what
just
I'm saying. Like, if I could, yeah, exactly. If
too
I could
difficult,
learn
man.
it, and it was just like, oh, boom, it would be French, just because of how
Yeah,
difficult I feel like it is.
yeah. No,
That would
French is
be,
difficult.
yeah, it
It's
is
too
mad
hard.
difficult.
Nah, even to do a proper French English accent, like when a French man is speaking English, it's hard. Just, yo, it's yeah, croissant. What is
Croissant,
croissant?
croissant, croissant.
No. It's difficult. And you say
Ah,
Paris, Paris and stuff, and they'll be like, no, it's Paris.
yeah,
It's so
Paris.
yeah. There are many things you have to learn at the back of
Do
your throat. It's not
yeah,
just a lip and tongue
yeah,
and maybe palate thing. I don't know.
yeah. Palate. What are you tasting, man? Palate. You're tasting. This is
Because
like
bro,
Marseille. This is Marseille.
no. French is hard. French is like
Yeah.
Igbo in my book. French
French
and
is
Igbo
difficult.
are. I don't know. I heard one time. I know this might be a stretch, but I heard one
Yeah.
time Igbo has 46 alphabets, and I was like, maybe
Oh
that's
yeah.
why. I heard now it's 36, but it doesn't make a lot of difference.
Yeah.
Everybody else has like 25. Yoruba has
Yeah.
25. I think Hausa has like 25, 26. English has
Yeah.
26. What are you guys doing with 36 letters, bro, or
Yeah.
alphabets?
Alphabets. Yeah.
That's a bit too much. That is a bit too much.
It is.
Gosh, that explains why that language is difficult. I don't know how many in French. Oh man, we should have known that stuff because we were taught. It's not like they didn't teach us,
Yeah. Right.
but we just
Yeah,
didn't.
but
Yeah,
I mean,
true story.
yeah.
I did a full semester in a French school. I got in my last exams or something, I got all 25 over 25, oral and written, but I don't know anything in French.
Yeah.
It's just that difficult. You just rehearse it for that moment, and after that,
I know
it's
you
gone.
forget. It's kind of like school, right? So if you're
Yeah,
not using it on a day to day, then
yeah,
you tend to forget.
that's true.
But French, I feel like French or Italian would be two languages that I would want to know and
Yeah,
learn. Yeah,
no, interesting.
yeah.
I think Cantonese or Mandarin, all those Chinese
Oh,
type ones,
Mandarin.
are
Yeah,
really fun
yeah.
to learn. Um,
I think
yeah, just
Mandarin just because of like the population, right? There's a lot of
yeah,
Mandarin,
yeah,
speakers, and
yeah. True. I think it's probably like top two, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah, yeah.
It's probably
That would
top
be
two
nice.
widely most spoken languages in the world.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's been fun exploring cultures and exploring languages and how people speak. And feel
yeah,
free, please, to take digs at us because I'm sure we pronounce some things really wrong as well. I was
yeah.
talking to you the other day, if you remember, and we're talking about the word ATE.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. And then I
remember?
say, yeah, to eight would what
Yeah,
would
you'd
be
say
what I would
eight,
say. Yeah,
and
I
me, I
would
would
say
say
eight.
F. Right? And I know more people would agree with you than with me on this one. You would say
Yeah.
eight, I would say X. I was
I
speaking to
wonder
other
if
people. I
it's
tried
a,
to
if it,
sample opinions, and
yeah.
a lot of people would say eight these days.
Yeah. So I don't,
But
I don't
I
know
don't
where
know. I don't
you're
know how I picked that up, but I
probably I
reckon
don't
it's
know
not
if
just
it's a British I don't know it is it a maybe it's a British
if it was a British
pronunciation.
thing, it would have been like way back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. You guys should tell us in the comments what you think, though. Is it eight or is it et? So was there a time where it was et? Because I can't
Yeah.
stop saying et, bro. Like I
Yeah. I
et
still
that
know a lot of
previous.
I still know quite a few people that would say it.
Do you?
Yeah, well, not quite.
Outside of
I
my
know,
family,
I
I don't
know
know
one.
anybody.
I know one person that
You
says,
tell me off cam, but outside of my family, I
yeah,
don't know anybody. I felt like it was just my family thing at
yeah. I
this
know
point.
one. I know one more person that says, "et."
Okay, like
So
steady.
yeah, et. And
Oh, fair.
this is a young person too. It's not an
Oh,
old.
fair.
Yeah. So I don't.
Okay,
Who
you guys should let
knows?
us know though. We don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know because we're not. Um, I don't know. Would you say English is our first language? Because I don't even know at this
No.
point. It's not. Yeah.
I probably. Honestly, I think it is. Nah,
Uh,
Yoruba is your first language.
yeah,
You know,
Yoruba should be that.
I was having a conversation with somebody um at work, and we're talking about stuff. She's like, "Oh yeah, no, tell me, man." I didn't want to tell her, so she's like,
Mm,
"Wait, what do you mean? X Y? I don't remember what we're talking about, right?" So I
yeah,
said, "Well, I don't know. It's just something about you, something about the way you carry yourself." Oh yeah, that's what we're talking about. And then she
yeah,
was like, "How do I carry myself?" I was like, "There's just something." She's like, "No, explain it." I was like, it's hard because English isn't my first language, so I can't.
Switch to French then. It's just
Yeah.
je ne sais quoi. I
Yeah.
don't know. There's just something about how you carry yourself.
Yeah,
Ah,
something else like English isn't my first
pulled
language,
out
so I
that
can't.
card. Stick it in
Yeah.
your back pocket. You couldn't wait to
Yeah,
tell her you
bro.
to
I was
win.
like,
Mental, bro.
got me out of
Ah,
that situation with the quickness, man. So
but it's a funny one because I mean the lingua franca for Niger is English.
it is. It
Yeah.
is.
So I don't know what's the definition of a first language though.
I don't know. That's a very good question.
Because
That's a
I don't know.
very good question.
Because if I was asked, I don't know what I would say.
Yeah.
Is it English?
For me, I,
French
for
is
me,
English.
I say so. It depends on where it is, right? It depends on what
Yeah.
I'm trying to do.
Hmm.
Because like you have applications and stuff that would require your first language to be English, especially
Yeah. Yeah.
like for foreigners, right? Where you'd either have to take a
Ah,
test.
yeah.
Yeah. So what? So you have Nigerians are exempt, for
Not
some of
always.
those
That's not
things.
true.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it
Some of
still
this.
requires to take IELTS
Exactly,
twice.
except for some of it, right?
Yeah.
So if you're filling out applications and they say, "Oh, what's your first language?" In instances like that, I say English. But
Mm,
other than that, just because I don't want to take the test or pay to do something else, but other than that, I don't think
yeah.
English is my first. Yeah, English isn't my first language.
Yeah, but you
Um,
speak English better than you speak your first language. Wouldn't you say?
Correct.
Okay. Oh, okay. That clears it up then. Clears it
Yeah.
up. Well, so yeah, that's been that segment. Except, do you want to add anything? What do you
No,
want to
I
say?
think I think that wraps up that segment.
Yeah, so that's been us exploring cultures and languages and accents and stuff. If you did find that interesting, please let us know in the comments. If you want us to do anything similar to this or other parts of this subject area you feel like we
Yeah.
could explore a bit
Yeah.
more, let us know
Yeah.
down
We
in the
could explore
comments.
Italian if you guys want to do that.
Yeah, give us a
It's
few months and would
it's gonna
learn.
suck, but yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And come with you. I will come at you with some of our newly
yeah,
found Italian.
yeah.
Um, great. So is that the pod for today? What we're saying?
I think it is.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, you've heard it. That's the pod for today. Please like, subscribe, comment your favorite parts. Let us know what we're doing that you enjoy and what you don't enjoy. And we'll see you. We'll see you. What do you say?
Yeah, peace and love. Stay.
Love and guidance.
Yeah.